Dating feels broken. You match with someone and then nothing. They never message. Or they do, but it's breadcrumbing, just enough to keep you interested, never enough to move forward. Maybe you actually go on a date, it feels good, and then silence. Ghosted. Again. Sometimes it's worse. They text constantly for 3 days, you start to relax, and then they vanish. Or you match with 10 people, spend hours chatting, and none of it leads to meeting in real life. It starts to feel like effort without reward. Like you're auditioning, but no one's watching. If you've felt this, you're not alone. For so many people, dating feels less like connection and more like a loop of swipes, chats, and disappointments. And it's exhausting because each letdown feels personal. You start to think, is it me? Am I the problem? But here's the truth. Modern dating is wired to feel this way. Apps push endless options but shallow effort. People treat each other as temporary. And the culture of distraction makes it easy to replace effort with silence. That's why ghosting, breadcrumbing, and one-sided conversations feel so common. It's not just about you, it's about the system. So if dating feels broken, what can you actually do? The answer isn't to give up. It's to change the way you show up. To stop playing the game the way apps, trends, and endless swipes want you to. And instead, create conditions where connection can actually spark. Here are 5 ways to turn it around. 1. Context is everything. If every first date is just another noisy bar or the same dinner and drinks, it's no wonder it feels like déjà vu. A spark doesn't survive on autopilot. Switch the setting, play tennis, browse a bookstore, cook together. Or bring them into your world of friends. The way someone interacts in a group tells you more than hours of small talk. When the context changes, so does the connection. You're not just 2 strangers with a drink. You're 2 people experiencing life together. That's where chemistry can stretch into something deeper. 2. Treat dating like an education, not an interview. So many of us go in with checklists, the job, the hobbies, the deal breakers, like we're conducting a cost-benefit analysis. But real connection doesn't come from efficiency. It comes from curiosity. Try asking questions that open someone up. What's something people are always surprised to learn about you? What's your favorite thing to be asked on a date? What do you hope for when you go on dates? These questions take you out of checklist mode and into discovery. Dating isn't about finding someone who ticks every box. It's about learning who they are and letting them learn you. That's intimacy in its earliest form. 3. Don't confuse chemistry with connection. A spark is exciting. But if the follow-through is ghosting or breadcrumbing, that spark isn't connection. It's distraction. Desire needs mystery, yes, but connection needs consistency. If someone can make you laugh for an hour but disappears for days, that's not connection. Connection is built in the quiet moments, the texts that don't need to impress, the small efforts that say, I want to be here, not just for the high, but for the ordinary too. 4. Practice playful seduction. Dating doesn't need to feel like work. In the early stages, attraction thrives on curiosity, humor, and play. When you stop treating dates like job interviews, you create room for surprise. No. Seduction here isn't manipulation. It's about showing someone the parts of yourself that are alive and interesting. Bring playfulness, bring humor, share stories that spark imagination. It's not about perfect answers, it's about energy. When you show up curious and light, the other person feels free to do the same. 5. Follow up with honesty. This one is simple but rare. If you had a good time, say so. I really enjoyed this. I'd love to see you again. That one text can make someone's whole day. And if you didn't feel a connection, say that too, with kindness. I enjoyed meeting you, but I don't think this is a match. It's not rejection that stings the most. It's silence. When you communicate clearly, you create closure, and you set the tone for dating that feels human, not disposable. Dating feels broken because we've been told to chase sparks, rack up matches, and keep swiping for better. But connection isn't built on algorithms. It's built on context, curiosity, play, and honesty. You don't have to play by the broken rules. You can create new ones. Ones that lead not just to a spark, but to a flame that lasts. You've been watching The Soft Skills. Like and subscribe for clarity without the chaos, and new ways to see yourself, your relationships, and the love you deserve.